She had barely placed the coffee tray down when a voice behind her snapped, "I said no distractions, didn't I?" The words weren't loud, but the weight behind them silenced the chatter in the luxury suite. The waitress froze. The guests turned. But it wasn't the reprimand that caught their attention, it was what happened next. The young black waitress, barely 22, picked up a ringing phone meant for the billionaire's translator and answered in perfect Mandarin. In seconds, her tone shifted from servant to scholar. Her accent flawless. The billionaire's eyes slowly lifted from his tablet, and what he did next would stun everyone. Before we continue, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell to get notified for more, share to friends. Where are you watching from? Please tell us in the comments. We love seeing how far our story goes. Kemi never intended to draw attention. She was just working a double shift at the Gold Crest Grand Hotel in downtown Manhattan. Her uniform was too tight at the arms and loose around the waist, second-hand clothes, like everything else she owned. Her afro was neatly tied into a puff, and her shoes squeaked slightly with each step. Mr. Han, the Chinese billionaire, had taken over the penthouse for a 3-day business summit. No eye contact, no small talk, no delays. These were his rules. Kemi had just arrived with the morning refreshment when his assistant darted out to use the restroom. The phone rang. Once. Twice. No one picked up. The room tensed. Important meetings depended on that call. So Kemi did the unthinkable. She answered it. "Hello. Who am I speaking with?" she said, her tone steady. Heads turned. The billionaire's translator paused mid-step from the hall. What followed was a rapid-fire exchange between Kemi and the caller in Mandarin, full of nods, responses, a correction on the meeting time, and even a formal closing statement. She ended the call with a humble, "Thank you," placed the receiver down, and returned to arranging the tray as though nothing had happened. Mr. Han stared at her. His expression unreadable. He rose from his chair slowly, approached her silently, and then, just as calmly, he dismissed everyone in the room. No explanation. Everyone out. Not a soul objected. Now it was just Kemi and the man she'd just unintentionally impressed. He didn't speak for a moment. Just watched her. Then, "Where did you learn that?" Kemi turned, unsure whether to apologize or explain. "My father taught me, sir," she said quietly. "He taught at a language institute before he passed." "You work here now?" "Yes." "You studied?" "I did. 4 languages. I was on a scholarship, but after he died, we couldn't keep up." He murmured, walking around her slowly. "Talent like that doesn't belong in hotel service." He left without another word. The next morning, Kemi was told to report to the front desk. She thought she was in trouble. Maybe even fired. Instead, she was handed a letter. Gold-sealed. No return address. Inside was a handwritten note from Mr. Han. "Miss Kemi, your moment of courage and excellence yesterday did not go unnoticed. You have an opportunity before you. Come to Suite 1901 at 10 a.m. sharp. Do not be late." She thought it was a mistake. Her hands trembled. But something inside her, something hopeful and terrified, told her to go. At exactly 10 a.m., she knocked. The doors opened to reveal not the billionaire, but a group of executives. Chinese, American, Korean, people who looked like they ran empires. Mr. Han motioned her in. "We're doing interviews today," he said casually. "I need a new cultural liaison for my North American expansion team." "You're first." She gasped. "But I have no resume, no." "You spoke with confidence. You translated a high-level business call with accuracy. And most importantly, you weren't afraid to stand up and be useful when it mattered." He handed her a pen. "Let's see if your actions weren't a fluke." The interview lasted an hour. Then 2. Then nearly 3. Questions came at her in English, Mandarin, French, and Yoruba. She answered all. When they switched to business ethics and negotiation tactics, she didn't back down. She didn't beg. She reasoned. She reflected. She impressed. At the end of it, Mr. Han stood and extended his hand. "Miss Kemi, welcome to Han Global Holdings." She blinked, stunned. What? You start in Beijing. Full scholarship training, 6-month executive mentorship. You'll represent us in Africa and North America. And you'll never carry another tray again unless you want to. Tears brimmed in her eyes. She whispered, "Why me?" He smiled. "Because people like you are rare. Too rare. You have talent, integrity, humility, and boldness. That's a combination even money can't buy." That night, Kemi sat on her old twin-sized mattress, staring at the letter confirming her new job. Her mother wept beside her. Her younger siblings danced around the room. She would be leaving for Beijing in 2 weeks. The hotel buzzed with rumors the next day. Some thought she had a rich boyfriend. Others assumed scandal. But none could explain the truth. Moral lesson: never underestimate anyone because of their job or appearance. The most gifted people often wear invisible cloaks of humility. Society must learn to value skill, not just status. And more importantly, be ready, because opportunity rarely knocks twice. Thanks for watching. If this story inspired you, stick around the channel for more real, gripping tales that challenge, uplift, and surprise. More true-to-life stories are coming your way, each one crafted to open minds and stir hearts. Don't forget to like, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Your voice matters. This story is brought to you by Elliott Stories. See you at the top.